So guys, welcome back to the game. Again, I'm so sorry for the delays and the downtime today. Things are going a little bit crazy behind the scenes. So in the lower left side of the map we have our blue town player from property. It's MorroW. And in the upper right side of the map, here on Secret Spring, we have our green Protoss player. It's JackO. So, PvT here as MorroW versus JackO starts on up. MorroW looking to even up this best of 7 for his team, and JackO on a bit of a roll so far, but only in PvP. Well, we've only seen him play PvP so far, so be interesting to see how again how this continues, and to see whether he can take down probably one of the favourites to just come in here and clean up the rest of house, MorroW. So MorroW going to start with a barracks into a gas, so just going to be a Reaper to start off. Reaper opening as a gateway coming down for JackO again. Nothing too special here from either player just yet. Simulator coming down. A couple of incinerators coming down. Okay, so JackO is actually perhaps going to be a little bit aggressive here. Double gas is something we don't see all too often anymore in PvT. But it is definitely a way to, you know, it is definitely something you go for if you want to go for very quick tech. Quite often a Stargate is the way to go. Blink can work quite well on this map as well, because it's actually a really sick map for Blink. This probe's coming across and it's actually just going to scout here, so it's not going to go off and hide a pylon just yet. And we do see the second pylon on the way for JackO in his main base, so we'll keep an eye for that third pylon though, because that's going to be the real telltale sign as to what kind of build JackO's going to go for. But without, I mean, he does have this probe, yes, but apart from this probe, yeah, I mean, he's not really moving out with anything, so we're probably not going to see a Stargate proxied out on the map. But will be interesting to see what he decides to do with this double gas. Could just be a Stargate in his base, of course, coming up very quickly after an expansion, so it hits a little bit earlier than usual. And we'll see, as the third pylon does come down the base. So no proxies here, and this is something which MorroW will be able to confirm himself. As he starts up a reactor back at home, he pulls out a gas, starts up his command center, and he's going to be adding on extra barracks here in a few moments' time. So nothing really too crazy from MorroW right now. As he just comes up to the high ground and will look for an engineering bay block here. Zealot, does it finish? Yes, it does. So Zealot finishes here, but there is a Reaper out, and he will start working away against this Zealot. Stalker and Mothership Core on the way. MorroW yet to actually add on that engineering bay if he does want to try and block that natural. As a Mothership Core pops out, and Zealot will be able to hide under that now. As a probe does come up here to expand, and MorroW, again, he could have engineering bay blocked this, but probably not that worthwhile. As he will actually kill his probe with that Reaper. So Reaper doing a nice little job here, doing a little bit of damage. And actually will pop up to the high ground now once again. So probe's being pulled and being chased yet. Reaper will hop on out of the main base as Mothership Core and Zealot are actually moving across the map to try and get a little bit aggressive. Bunker's on the way up though, and I think, you know, this is a very standard thing as a Terran player. He's still got this STV over here. You know, when you see the, I mean, at this point it's so delayed, the nice control again, the SCV in the bunker. At this point, the Nexus is so delayed, and he knows this, and you know he saw the early Zealot and Stalker Mothership Cores. So at this point, you know he may as well just get a bunker. It's one of them things in PvT that you just kind of need to go for. So this SCV might be picked off now. Very close, and there it is. So two workers actually killed here. One of them being the one that was over on this side of the map. And MorroW just going to pop into this main base with this Reaper. And is there a Stalker in position? We're about to find out. Yes, there is, but might be able to pick off a probe still. Okay, not quite, because it went into the gas. So that's a little bit of a shame, but again, nothing too major. Depot finishes up, and MorroW going to be able to load these Marines into this bunker as Zealot, Stalker, and Mothership Core will be able to just poke away at this depot. SCV repairs up, and will pull away now as well, as this Reaper is a little bit interested in what it wants to do. So for now, nothing really. There's a couple of Stalker and a Zealot, and a Mothership Core are going to fall back. A few Marines are falling back as well here, and yeah, again, not too much really going on. So, an Oracle has been made from that early Stargate from JackO, and he's going to come in towards the main base now, but MorroW has just split up his Marines pretty much perfectly. He's got a 6-1 on the way over, and JackO shouldn't be able to engage this, so picks off 1 worker, picks off 2, and will get a 3rd actually. As before he has to turn away, he will get cornered a little bit in the natural. There are more Marines in this mineral line, and JackO has to be very careful. Doesn't want to lose the Oracle, and he doesn't for now. But I mean, he's not really doing the damage he wants to do. This Nexus was very late for him. He's only 28 probes to 25, and with double mule on the map, that means there is an economy lead for MorroW. He should be mining more per minute, and you can see it's massively more right now, about 300 minerals more a minute. So JackO's not in a good spot by any stretch, you know, at all, really. He's really not in a good spot right now. He's got his forge spinning away here, upgrading +1 army. He adds on another gateway and goes straight into Robo Bay as well. But I mean, we've actually got an attack coming across the map from MorroW. He invested in combat shields before Stimpack, which means he can attack a little bit sooner and have these Marines be very, very strong. And JackO needs to hit this force field. He needs to hit this force field, but is he paying attention? No, he's not, and these units make their way up the ramp. Force field comes down, but units have already made their way up here, and the next set of units will be able to move forwards here very, very soon. Where's the Mothership Core? Where is the Mothership Core? Okay, it's over in the natural. And MorroW forces out this Photon Overcharge. The rest of the units begin to move forwards, and again, this is a great little position for MorroW now. He's going to be able to actually go up to the natural and force a Photon Overcharge up there as well. And that means he's going to be able to... Is he just going to go for workers now? He's going to be able to pick off the Mothership Core. I don't know if he should just maybe wait until until the Photon Overcharge on the natural goes away. Probes being pulled back in towards the work and in towards the minerals. There's a few more of them are going to start going down here. Marauders in the back are making very short work of these stalkers. And the Immortal is about to pop out, which will help. But 7 workers killed so far, and I think he's going to be able to get at least a few more. And look at this, they're starting to drop like flies right now. 11 workers killed now in total. There's 2 Marines, 3 Marines and a Marauder remain. 13 workers killed, and there's an Oracle as well coming back in to try and help out. Everything cleaned up there, but 13 worker kills is going to give MorroW a huge economy advantage. Look at that income tab, 1400 for a second or 2. Against 800 though, that is not good at all. A Marines is going to move out of the base here, and a factory will be moving forwards as well. So factory moving forwards, and a Oracle trying to come in towards the mineral line but not achieving too much. I think he picked off a single worker, but again, nothing too important. Interesting to see the factory actually move across the map, and I mean, usually it's really nice to keep that back at home to make extra reactors with when you add your second starport, for example, or you know, even on your extra barracks. First medvacs do pop out here, and MorroW is going to move across the map with this army, as there just isn't really anything here for JackO, to put it simply. So JackO here with this army just sitting atop this ramp. Oracle pokes back in, doesn't really find too much. Oracle just going to move out then, as these units want to move up the ramp, and force field should go down to stop this, as these medevacs are just going to drop on top onto the high ground though. And well, is it going to work out here for MorroW? He's going to start targeting down. Well, he's going to actually take the Immortal and the Colossus down at the same time. I mean, the sentry's gone though, so once those units are able to get up this ramp, which is now, you should be able to pick off this Colossus. It's going to be very close though. I don't actually think he will. He's going to keep moving forwards for it, and he's going to try and get it, but not quite. Wow, okay, so MorroW actually throws away a big chunk of army there, but again, does it matter, because he's just so far ahead on economy, behind all of this, 3rd base on the way, adding on Vikings. He kept the medevacs alive, which is very important too, and the next 2 medevacs on the way across the map as well to start dropping a little bit, as a few more units will just keep coming out all the time here. Going up to his 4th and 5th racks only now means that he's not really got the best kind of potential to do damage here, as he's actually got a factory landed in his opponent's main base. JackO doesn't know about it. He's making Widow Mines. As a single medevac flies into the natural, JackO pulls everything over here, but there's only a single Marine, and that Marine is sacrificed for these units to come in and to get some guaranteed damage onto these workers. Again, Mothership Core was killed previously, and that means that this is not going to be able to it's not going to be able to drop a Photon Overcharge to deflect this drop, and MorroW picks up, doesn't lose anything, I don't think, and we'll just move away with that. A couple of probes, a pylon snipe down, some good damage, and he continues to extend his lead here in this game, now going almost 40 supply up, as MorroW will just, even move some workers over to his 3rd base. His economy is insane right now, as a couple of Vikings are starting to pop out too. This medevac's still going to be able to move away, and it looks as though MorroW's getting ready to try and come back in over here. Did that Widow Mine ever do anything? I don't think it did, as he just come back in behind the mineral line, and he'll pick off another couple of workers, 3 workers now, and we'll just pick up, and again, I mean, he's faster than everything else, so you can just move away. JackO is really lacking stalkers. I mean, again, he was behind early on, and we're starting to see what we're starting to see now. how behind he really is, and you know how that's kicked in. Yes, he's got the normal number of Colossi, but he doesn't have the right number of supporting units. He needs Stalkers. He needs, you know, this game is basically over, because as soon as MorroW moves across the map, he could send 5 Vikings across the map on their own right now, and they'd probably win in the game, because there's just no anti-air. You know, there's 3 sentries, they can tickle the Vikings, and, you know, maybe give them a little bit of a polish, so they're a little bit shiny and look a bit fresh. But, really, he needs them Stalkers. 3 SCVs killed, this Oracle getting a little bit more damage done, so, I mean, this is nice from JackO, but again, it's very little, very late. As units will just drop on top of the gateway units, which are over here, and MorroW just going to try and start taking these down. The Zealot's doing a great job in the front tanking though, as he will actually just start stepping past though and pick off the Stalkers, which means he can just pick up and get out without a worry in the medevacs. As Oracle is actually over at this third base now, and 2 Vikings will find it, and will shut that down. I think the Vikings were looking up to the top side, but they were also looking for a either a warp prism or that Oracle. I don't think he assumed there was a warp prism on the map. So yeah, these medevacs are going to come back in. A couple of medevacs are going to move away from this ledge as well. And, well, Zealots are going to be targeted down by these Marauders. So, this time these Marauders actually getting quite a lot done. A couple more Zealots warping in. He scans, he sees the army isn't responding, so he knows exactly how long he's got to kind of respond to this. So medevacs will get targeted down here. Tries to pull one of them away, but not quite in time. And the other one gets away, and that means it's going to be able to get these Marauders out of here, at least 2 of them. And they're going to jump in there, and rescued is the term. As, I mean, still MorroW just building up back at home. You know, he's not going for a big attack just yet, because the longer he's on 3 base and the longer his opponent's on 2 base, the better this gets for him. You know, it's just going to get better and better and better, so it makes no sense to attack when he doesn't have to just yet. You know, there's no reason for him to attack. You know, he may as well just play it safe, wait it out. And I mean, by all means, he could definitely win this game by moving across the map. And he does scan here, he sees the army, he knows exactly what he's playing against. Upgrades are even as well. And I think JackO might just try and move across the map and try and kill him. Because, I mean, do you really take a 3rd base at the 17-minute mark? I don't think so. As, he's setting up a pylon, so yeah, he is just looking to get aggressive, leading the way with his Stalkers. I mean, he doesn't have Blink on these. He hasn't been able to afford a Twilight Council during this game. Yeah, Marine moving forwards here as well, and we'll be able to just shoot that down without too much of an issue. So, single Marine will sit over towards this 3rd base, and these units are going to continue moving forward as a scan pops down there, and Vikings doing a good job. Actually, MorroW pulling the boys. Wow. You know, when in doubt, pull the boys anyways. MorroW in such a huge lead. I mean, he really doesn't need the boys. He's going to actually catch a Colossus and reinforcements coming across the map, and the Vikings are going to destroy everything over here. MorroW is going to take this one without too much of an issue. He's played well up to this point, and it makes it look easy there at the end. I don't know if the SCV pull again was really that necessary. I mean, I know